Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. My name is lead editor Martin Creamer. Joins me today to unpack the latest in the mining industry. Welcome, Martin.
Thanks, Ashni.
So, Fortescue Metals' Andrew Forrest is urging energy sovereignty, saying now is the time for energy freedom.
Yes, energy freedom, energy sovereignty. Can you imagine? After the Second World War, this is what some countries were aspiring to, but it became too convenient just to get the oil and gas, and they succumbed to that. But look now with the technology, where you've got sun and wind everywhere. So why not become a sovereign energy producer? In your state, just about every country can do that. And those who maybe can't do it to the full, you can then have a market because you produce more and you export to them. So Andrew Forrest, we've been watching his mining activities for 3 decades. We saw him operate with Fortescue. He's done very well in Australia. Now he's become the leader for clean energy in the world. This energy that will save future generations from climate change. He is campaigning and he's going right around the world. There's not a place where he hasn't been. And he was in North Africa at a lot of meetings this week when CNN came in and did this interview with him. And he came over convincingly. He came over with huge enthusiasm. And I think it was realized that there's a massive opportunity here for South Africa. Because not only have we got good sun, but we've got prime wind. And maybe our sun is not the best on its own, and maybe the wind isn't best on its own. But when you put them together, they become up in the top level. And also, the storage now is becoming so much better. And beyond that, if you store green hydrogen, you are storing electricity. And you can store it in existing infrastructure. So the time now is to go for energy freedom in a big way. Cecil was supposed to give us energy freedom, but because it's burning coal, we can forget about that. Now there's a new way, which is much less onerous on the climate, much less onerous on the environment, and it's there for the taking. And, the seawater is also there, so there's just an opportunity left, right and centre, and we've got to persuade people that this is what must be done in the country. You can see Namibia wanting to go for it in a big way. Zambia wanting to go for it in a big way. We need to do it in an encouraging fashion.
Now, Seifsa is urging the metal sector to take advantage of the opportunities presented by the Steel Master Plan.
It's very rare that you get a document pre-signed by government, business and labour. And this document, the steel plan, the steel plan that I think could actually bring in a reindustrialization, is a massive opportunity. The organization, the Steel and Engineering Industries Federation of Southern Africa, and note Southern Africa now, it used to be South Africa, but Southern Africa, this is nearly 80 years old. This is a well-established organization. It is deeply linked into the metals and the engineering industry. Here is an opportunity at a time when I think the steel price is going to rocket. They will all meet again on May the 19th and May the 20th. Come on, South Africa. Let's get together here at this very tough time and clinch a deal, particularly between what we call the upstream producers and the downstream fabricators. A big opportunity there to clinch a deal. But on top of that, government, go ahead with your infrastructure projects. Because as they were saying this week, even if they go ahead with half of them, it's going to reignite that industry like it hasn't been ignited in a couple of decades now. And so going together like this in South Africa can mean success, and we must work together. You can see Labour has even come in with comments saying we've got to get rid of this jobs bloodbath, and that's important.
Lastly, Martin, solar PV projects linked to mines are being compared to South Africa's nuclear power plant, Koeberg.
When you think of how fast the private sector has come into this, even before they were told that your limit was 100 megawatt, they were already in there. Some of them already had 10 megawatts going very, very fast, and they didn't have to get environmental impact assessments because they were on environmentally impacted land, so they could just go ahead. So you can see that when the private sector gets involved and gets its eye on something because it knows that this is a business case, If we come in with renewable energy here, we've got cheaper energy. But more important to all of them, we've got consistent energy. And if there's a load shedding, we carry on. Now, that's a massive opportunity. And these companies, these private sector companies, mainly mining companies, have spotted this. And they've come in so fast, in the last year to 18 months, that, if you add up all those projects that we've been publishing here, regularly, this one's coming in with 70 megawatt, that one's coming in with 30 megawatt, this one wants to do 100 megawatt, and some of them over 100 megawatt they want to do, and some of them that aren't even included in this, talking about 750 megawatt, those who with the big smelters. So that's not even included in this. But if you just add this up, it goes beyond the 1,600 megawatts, just these new ones coming through, going towards the 1,900 megawatts. We're talking about another new, quick to operation, Koeberg equivalent. Now, if that is not fantastic response by the private sector, then nothing is.
Thanks for speaking with us, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Sashni.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. And don't forget to listen to the audio version of our Mining Weekly daily email newsletter.